feel like everybody just keeps waiting for the ball to drop. Everybody just keeps waiting for that moment of relief. Yo. Oh man. It has been a wild ride since I last posted on this channel. It has been currently sipping an ashwaganda latte, because that's who I am now. I'm a moringa latte drinking in the morning, ashwaganda drinking in the evening, alternate day fasting, whatevs. Right? I'm once again trying out new shit and not pretending to be a master or a guru or any of it. I'm just trying it out. New lifestyle, new me, new name. It is the 17th of February 2025. And for those of you who are tapped in to what's happening in the spiritual world, yeah, it is the very first day of the Fire Horse. It is Ash Tuesday. No, Shrove Tuesday. Whichever Tuesday the Christians eat pancakes on, it's that Tuesday. It's also like either today or tomorrow's Ramadan. It was the Aquarius new moon eclipse today. Everything's going on, absolutely everything. And I'm sitting quietly in the middle of this storm, wondering, my loves, those of you who have tuned in for this particular video, how is your heart? Genuinely, how is your heart? With the madness going on in the ethereal realms, in the physical realms, material planes, everything that's going on in the dream world, whatever. It's all going down. Us witches know, us intuitives know, us empaths know. And to be honest, you don't have to be an empath to know. You just have to turn on your TV screen and see that the world's going to shit. Whatever reason there may be for that, whatever planet is doing its thing in the sky, whatever intuitive impulse is going off in our brains, you just have to turn on the TV, which I don't do anymore and I don't recommend. But I try to stay in the know as much as I can whilst also caring for my own nervous system and my own heart. And I really sat down. I'm just going to sip some tea. Peanut butter chunks. I genuinely sat down because for the first time in months, I think my last video on here was like 8 months ago. The first time in months, I was like, I really feel the impulse to do a video, right? It's, I guess you could say, oh, it's the first day of the Fire Horse, things are kicking off, blah, 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 whatever. I was in the bath and I just had this impulse to sit down in front of my phone and chat. And so if this video feels a bit rambly, it's because I have no idea what I'm gonna say. But it feels very, very relevant to ask you how your heart is, ask you how you're taking care of your nervous system, because those two things at the moment are the most important thing that you should be worrying about. Not the news, not what's going on in the world, not the fires that are starting up, not the floods that are literally washing towns away. Like I heard that there's a whole town in Italy that just got like washed off a mountainside. Prayers and healing to those of you who got swept off the mountain and family and stuff. Like it's, I know that made me sound really ignorant, but it's like I have to be detached from this stuff. Like I can't allow my being to continue to go into grief processes and feeling, even now just saying it, like I feel my whole heart clenching, and I can't allow myself to go there. Because, you know, you watching this may be like the biggest empath ever and you feel everything so deeply and you are just so in tune with the grief of the world, and every time something comes up about the Epstein files or just you scroll your feed and you see children dying around the world, your whole system contracts around the grief of it. But we're never supposed to live like this. We were never supposed to live with all of the world's grief on a silver platter for our empathic little hearts to soak up. We were never supposed to live like this. So really, I haven't even come on here to tell you what to do, other than how are you taking care of your nervous system? Are you drinking teas that are supposed to be adaptogenic and soothe the nervous system? Like, I'll go into what I've started doing. I started drinking, adaptogens that help soothe my nervous system, taking rescue drops morning and night to, help my nervous system. I've also started alternate day fasting to allow my body to clear and cleanse itself every other day so that I'm not completely overloading not just my nervous system, but my immune system, my digestive system. I'm allowing myself the space to breathe. And this is what regulation is, allowing yourself the space to breathe. When is the last time you just took a breath? When is the last time you ran yourself a bath and didn't spend the entire bath thinking about some atrocity that's happening, or something super stressful that's going on at work, in your family life, home life, with your friends? Oh, my friend's dating this idiot again. You know, like, how many things are constantly in your head just overloading your system? And when was the last time you just let it all go? This feels like the message. Honestly, this feels like the impulse that brought me here, was to remind you that you need to look after yourself. The times that we're in, the intensity that we're in, I feel like everybody just keeps waiting for the ball to drop. Everybody just keeps waiting for that moment of relief that's somewhere in the future, when the system collapses and is rebuilt, when the perpetrators are held accountable for their wrongdoings, when the wars end, when I can get to the end of the work week. It's always something in the future. This future ideal or promise or whatever of relief. This sense of like, when I've carried all these bags to the end of the road, I can drop them. Babe, how about you just stop right now, put them back down and see how you feel? You can pick them back up again if you really want to and continue walking down the road. But how many journeys have you been on where you just got up and walked 10 miles with no rest, no stop, the whole time marching, thinking I'll rest when I get to the end? It's more likely that on your march, there will be moments where you can slow down and watch what's happening as you pass it by. Say you come across a sunflower field. Do you just march straight past it and be like, fuck the sunflowers, I gotta get to my relief at the end? Your relief is in the sunflowers. Stop what you're doing, put your shit down and look at the sunflowers. Maybe I'll put a little sunflower here. It's so simple. And I hear this all the time from people that I chat to, friends, family, strangers on the street, whatever. Everybody is putting this sense of relief and peace and rest and everything like at the end of the road. Once they've done all their shit, once everything has worked itself out, then they will rest. Then they will stop, breathe, and look. But the real magic and the real sustainable self-care is making sure that at least once a day, you stop and look at those sunflowers. And the sunflowers, replace the word sunflowers with whatever brings you peace. Putting on a guided meditation or a sound journey, taking a breath and looking out the window at the sunshine, if there is any. I don't know about in the UK, if there are clouds passing by, going outside at night when you'd usually be cozy, snug on the sofa or whatever. Go look at the stars. Maybe it's just like stopping your stressful workday to go make yourself a cup of tea and taking a breath between each sip. Maybe it's doing some sort of self-soothing thing with your hands, like fidget spinning. Or I've noticed I've started doing this really subconsciously. I'll find myself, and maybe those of you who are like into Chinese cheese shit and stuff can tell me what that point is. I'll ask my best friend. She's a somatic healer. So am I, but I don't know that shit. But there is something, there are many things which could bring you peace, which could regulate you, which could allow you to take a breath throughout your day, that doesn't involve just marching straight ahead, not looking at the sunflowers, and just holding on to the tension until you get to the end of the road, because there is no end of the road. There is no end of the road. You know, you get to Friday at the end of the work week, you get to, and then 2 days later, you're like, oh, it doesn't end. And that may be really hard to hear, but I've been on this healing, spiritual, hippie, witchy journey now, internal work, shadow work, all of that, since 2020. And it is still ongoing. There is always another layer. There is always something that comes around. And the road doesn't end. And if it does, another one starts. The end would be death, my dear. So just make yourself a cup of tea. If I had to summarize, that's what the Brits would do. As a British mama with 0 children, I would just tell everyone, go make a cup of tea, but look after yourself. And stop overgiving, please. Please. I mean, stop overgiving to the point of detriment. Stop overdoing. Stop staying late at work. Stop saying yes to the things that you don't want to do. Stop being so social that you hardly have a moment to yourself. And just stop it. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, I think that might have been my message. I'll definitely go into deeper topics at a later date on ways that you can regulate yourself, because I also understand it's hard. Like, if you're living a busy, stressful life and you're not doing any inner healing or self-help work, and even if you are, like, not many people have the time, genuinely, and I get it, I really do. I'm not trying to sit here and shame you. Please don't think I'm trying to sit here and shame you. Please. I'm just trying to reflect. We are all mirrors. If you've chosen to watch this video, then I am your mirror and you are mine. And all I'm saying is, I am a relaxed bitch. I am sipping my ashwaganda latte. I'm gonna keep the pinky up. The peanut butter chunks. What was I saying? My name is Joy. It's been a pleasure to come on here and berate you for 20 minutes. I hope this hasn't put you off of subscribing from my channel. Maybe you should do that. Yeah, I would say that I'm planning on beginning once more to create more videos and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. But if you go back and watch the rest of my catalog, I say this like every other video. So maybe I'll see you in a week, maybe I'll see you in a month, maybe I'll see you next year. Either way, have a good one. Look after yourselves. I love you lots. Mwah.